A lease agreement is the foundation of every tenancy. A well-written lease protects both parties by establishing clear expectations and giving you the legal framework you need if things go wrong. Here's what every residential lease must include: the parties and property, full legal names of all landlords and all tenants, complete property address. If you own through an LLC, the entity name and the authorized signatory, the lease term, start date, end date or renewal period, and what happens at the end. Does it convert to month, require a new signed lease, or terminate? Rent amount and due date, specific monthly rent, due date, grace period if any, accepted payment methods, and late fee amount and trigger date. Vague provisions are unenforceable. Be specific. Security deposit, amount where it's held, allowable deductions, and return timeline. State law governs much of this. The lease must comply. Occupancy. Who is authorized to live there? Name every adult. Guest policy with time limits. Subletting restrictions. Utilities and maintenance responsibilities. Which utilities are included, which the tenant pays. What maintenance the tenant is responsible for versus the landlord. Important additional clauses to consider: pet policy and pet addendum, smoking prohibition, entry notice procedures, renter's insurance requirement, alteration restrictions, and a holdover clause specifying what happens if the tenant stays after the lease ends. What not to include: waivers of habitability, self-help eviction authorizations, security deposit amounts above the state maximum, and late fees above the state cap. These provisions are void and unenforceable. Every state has mandatory disclosures that must be provided with the lease. California requires military ordinance, Megan's Law, and bedbug disclosures, among others. New York requires lead paint and bedbug disclosures. All pre-1978 housing requires a federal lead-based paint disclosure. Use a state-specific template from a reputable source, your state's landlord association, a real estate attorney, or a property management platform. Don't build from scratch. And screen every tenant before they sign. Tenant screening, backgroundcheck.com. Reports in 24 hours or less.